The program global area is per process. In other words, your users who connect to the database are going to be captured. Their session is going to be managed by a server process. Background processes are also captured in their own private workspace. And there's a cool analogy in the Oracle documentation for understanding the relationship between the server process and the PGA. The way the analogy works is, imagine a temporary countertop workspace used by a file clerk. So the file clerk would be the Oracle server process, and the server process does work on behalf of the customer. The customer in this case would be the client process, the user connected into the database. So the clerk would clear out a section of the countertop and use the workspace to store the customer's data. If the customer, for instance, were going to ship a package, you'd have the package, you'd have their paperwork, you'd have their payment. All that stuff is per user, and each user would have their own clerk working with them and have their own private bit of countertop to work with. That's really what we're dealing with the program global area. The PGA stores session memory, users' logon information, their preferences, and then as the user executes SQL, you have a work area in memory just for them. Now, if you're thinking this could occupy a lot of memory, you're absolutely right. Another new feature in 12c is that you can actually restrict the PGA size using an initialization parameter called PGA aggregate limit. And in the third module, we'll learn all about initialization parameters. So don't get too freaked out when I use some terms that may not yet be comfortable for you. I'm aware as your instructor of those kind of foibles, and I'll address them all as we go along.